Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So, what we have here is a fuel filter. Actually, just got changed today. This fuel filter came off a 1997 Toyota T100. It's the extended cab, 5-speed, 2-wheel drive, power electric, everything. Titan edition. Now, if you're a Toyota enthusiast, or even especially a T100 enthusiast, uh, you probably have heard of the Titan edition. Okay, so if you haven't, let me kind of break it down to you. So in South Carolina, which is where this truck originated from, my father bought it brand new, and he, had it for many, many years. Well, he went to go trade it in at a Subaru dealership to get a Subaru. I stopped him. I said, no, 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 I'm taking that truck. So I went ahead and bought that truck off of him. I'm the second owner of that vehicle. He bought it new off the lot in South Carolina in 1997. So Titan Edition, what does that mean? Well, it came with the inky wheels, the 15-inch inky wheels that everybody wants. I do have all 4 center caps, original center caps for it. I guess those are like $500 on eBay right now. It's ridiculous. They only came 2-wheel drive with the 5-speed manual. They came with everything, power electric, cruise control, you name it, everything's electric. Mirrors. What else did it come with? 2-wheel drive, 5-speed, all electric. It was 2-tone paint job, so there was a few colors. I think I seen a black and I think I seen a burgundy. But there's only one other Toyota T100 that's factory painted. Well, it's not factory; it's dealer painted. But it's the blue with the silver bottom. It's got a pinstripe going across the top. You know, close to the top of the of where the bed is, and at the back it says Titan. So that's really all the differences besides it just being a truck you never see. If you see a Toyota Titan, Toyota T100 Titan edition, take a picture of it because I guarantee you it'll be years before you see another one. So, anyways, this truck has a 3.4 liter 5VZ FE V6 engine in it, the quad cam. Now, with that engine's, I wouldn't say bulletproof, knock on wood, but that engine is a really good engine. It doesn't make a lot of power. It doesn't make a lot of torque. But it makes for a lot of smiles and a lot of reliability, which is very important. So this truck, unfortunately, guys, will not be for sale. Probably ever. It's probably going to get a full restoration. It's all matching numbers, matching glass. But who cares? What you guys are here for is that. The fuel filter off of my Toyota T100. So let me explain something to you. This fuel filter right here is an OEM factory day one 240,000 mile fuel filter. So what I did, I went and bought a cheap Duralast fuel filter about a month or two ago, and I tried it twice. Tried attempting it twice. I even hit it, with some PB Blaster. And, I couldn't get it off. Now, what's important is when you do these fuel filters, the fuel line, which goes in there and then goes on the bottom, it's called a compression nut, pretty much. And inside there's like little copper gaskets that go in there, and that's what that's what compresses and makes the seal when you tighten the nut onto the filter. Well, you need a special wrench. The wrench is called a box end wrench or a crow's foot wrench. I'm sorry, not a box end wrench. A crow's foot wrench or a flare nut wrench. Now, a regular wrench is a box end wrench, which I don't have one handy right here, and I'm not putting the phone down to grab one. But you don't want to use just a regular old wrench, because the problem with the wrench is not on this part, but on the part that has like it's like a sliding nut, sliding bolt type deal that screws in here, and it slides up and down on the fuel line. Well, that bolt is flared on that fuel line, so that bolt doesn't come off. That bolt does not come off. So if you strip that bolt, which is important why you get the crow's foot or flare nut wrench, if you strip that bolt, not that one, but the one obviously that's on the fuel line, you have to replace the entire fuel line. Now this is my daily driver. I am not replacing that entire fuel line. So what I did is, and I recommend you do this too if it's never been done, just for a peace of mind. I mean, it's worth it. Trust me. I went to Grease Monkey. I needed an oil change anyways, so I went to Grease Monkey, got the oil change, provided my filter, my new filter. It's a piece of shit Duralast filter. And I didn't get the best oil either, an oil filter. The reason I did this is because in 3,000 miles, when I get my oil changed again, I'm doing it myself and I'm doing the filter myself. I'm getting the Wix filter, which is better or the best from what I heard, as far as oil fuel filters go. And then I'm getting my high mileage or and with the Wix oil filter. And I'm gonna do all that myself. The only reason why I didn't do it is because I don't have really the space, because of the situation that I'm at right now. Just don't have the space to do it. HOA, they frown upon it. It's a shit show. So anyways, I went ahead and pulled this off. Now Toyota says this is a lifetime filter. I actually contacted Toyota in Arizona, Scottsdale, and they said, I'm currently in Colorado, but they said they didn't refuse, but they said they wouldn't. It's weird. They wouldn't change the filter, even if I had it myself. Even I provided the filter. I have the filter. They said they wouldn't do it because it's a lifetime filter. If you look into Toyota T100, maybe the Tacoma and the 4Runners of the same years, of the same generations, it doesn't mention anything about replacing a fuel filter. So I did some research on why that is. Well, with that fuel filter has a shit ton of engineering in it, supposedly from a Toyota engineer. And he made it, let's say a regular fuel filter filtered out 100 microns. Well, this one's supposed to do 1,000 microns of filtration. So that's one reason. Another reason is the quality of gasoline compared to like the 70s and 80s to the late 90s to today is much more cleaner. It's a much cleaner fuel. The reason that is because it goes through multiple filtration systems at the refinery, but then it goes into the when the tanker shows up, it goes into the ground to the big the big tanks, and then it goes through a couple more filtrations, and there's a final filtration or filter right at the pump. So it's filtered over and over and over and over and over and over. Now that's at big like big franchise gas stations. You go to a little mom and pop store, that tank in the ground, and those pumps could be ancient and filters that haven't been changed in 20 years, and that's where you get the gunk. That's where you get the shit fuel, and that's where your filter is actually important to filter that shit. Not all the time you're gonna be able to get to a shell or some shit. So anyways, so with this filter, so the gas flows from this little flared out area right there. Okay, that's got a little lip. It flows from the gas tank area out the filter to the engine. Okay, that's how it works. Well, they said it's a lifetime filter. Lifetime. Whose life? What? Whose lifetime? What's lifetime? Lifetime of what? So don't listen to them. Replace your filter, and I'll show you why. So check it out. So with this filter, when I had it, so I had them throw it in the bed of my truck. I pulled it around the corner. I pulled this filter out of the bed of my truck. Still had fuel in it, and I dumped it. And I dumped this filter. So gas tank is on this side, engine is on that side. I dumped it like that, and which would be the clean fuel on the other side of the filter after it's been filtered, after it's gone through its filtration. And the gasoline pouring out wasn't clean, but it wasn't filthy, so the filter was working. Okay, so that's one thing. But when I flipped it around and dumped it that way, that from the tank side, I got a lot of gunk. Well, that's because the gunk is stuck. The fuel and the gunk flows through, gets stuck, filtered, and then goes out to the engine, right? So I dumped it out. Well, let me show you. This is supposed to be a lifetime filter. I'm at 240,000 miles on my 97 Toyota T100 Titan Edition. Lifetime filter, according to Toyota and its engineers in 97. Now, I've dumped quite a few times before I decided to do this and just see. So you can just imagine what the first few dumps look like. Look at that's gunk, okay? I mean, look at that. So what I did, had a little piece of hose, got some hose sitting over there, right? A little piece of hose. Put the filter in here, put the hose in there. I blew. I dropped it. But I blew all that shit out just to see. I just wanted to see. Okay. So in my next video, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and cut that filter open, and I have many ideas on how to do it. I mean, I've seen many different ways. Obviously, don't use power tools or anything electric. And also, stay away from lamps that emit heat. This one doesn't really emit heat. But just a precaution. Let it dry out. All that stuff. But I'm gonna lay it all out. I'm gonna take a magnet to it. I'm gonna see if there's anything magnetic that's stuck in there. I'm gonna thoroughly look into it because I've seen a lot of videos on fuel filters, this, that, and the other. I haven't seen anything on Toyota T100 or any Tacomas or 4Runners of the generation going in depth with what I'm about to provide you guys. So that's gonna be in the next video. So a little bit about my truck. So the only real thing wrong with that truck is it's got fading on the hood and fading on the roof. I did hood spacers, the cheap way with nuts, with longer bolts from the hardware store and nuts, just to vent the hood a little bit, and it worked out for a while. But I should have put washers. I should have bought the right thing, but the bolts ate through the metal and the whole fucking hood rattles and shit. So gotta get a new hood. The fender, snowplow backed into it many years ago. Never replaced it, but I have a video for you on that as well. You're gonna really like that. The intuitive shit that I did, despite the circumstances of having a wrecked fender, my corner light out. I'll show you what I did. It's pretty ingenious. Not to pat myself on the back or nothing, but also I did a what the hell is it called? Turn signal to fog light conversion. So everyone knows where the turn signals are, and it doesn't come with fog lights. So I switched the running lights with the turn signals, and now the turn signals are fog lights, and the running lights are turn signals. At least one of them is, because the other side's, wrecked. The light ain't there. Okay, so that's that. That is that. If you guys want me to, whatever, there's nothing on T100s. There's nothing on the Toyota T100. There's very little stuff. And when you start, seeing a few things like videos, and you're looking at this shit, and you're like, oh yeah, and the dude only made 1 or 2 videos, and you're like what's next? Like, people turbocharging these engines and all this shit, and the newest one's like 8 months old, and you're like, what the hell, So there's nothing on the Toyota T100. Hell, you can't even get aftermarket parts. You can't do it. Which sucks. You gotta kind of dip and dabble in the 4Runner and Tacoma area, and it's a mess. T100s, they don't make a lot of aftermarket shit. It's even hard to get OEM parts for that truck. I mean, I can't remember exactly right off the top, but I mean, you take care of that 240,000 miles. The truck purrs. It does purr. It sounds real good. Got a Magnaflow muffler on it with an exhaust leak. It's not that bad, but I've seen the exhaust leak, so it bothers me. I got ram air intake. I'm gonna make a video on that. I got the conversion with that lights. HIDs are installed. Stock Inkies, oversized tires. I forget what size, but the BF Goodrich KO2s. It is two-wheel drive. It is not lifted. You'll see it in an upcoming video. Original clutch, 240,000 miles on it. The starter was done 15 years ago, I guess, before I owned it. What else? Oh, I just recently did a timing belt and water pump. The first time, or the first one it's ever had, at 220,000 miles. The water pump was leaking. Not anything serious. It was, time to replace. But the timing belt was in great shape. Every time I get shot. I usually do stuff myself, but when I do get those things done at a shop, I like the old parts. I like to keep the old. I like to inspect it myself. Which is what I'm doing with this. I enjoy doing that stuff. I'm a journeyman plumber. I'm not a mechanic, but if you put me in a situation where I had to take apart an engine, put it back together, and reinstall it into a vehicle, that car is going to run, and it's going to run good. So I know a little bit about a lot about a little bit about a lot. So yeah, does anything you guys want to know? Anything you guys want to see? I know that the clutch pedal's a real big problem. That's been done twice. It's been done when my dad owned it, and then it's been done since I owned it. I got the plate that goes on the firewall to prevent the flexing, but still got a little flex to it. I replaced all that shit myself. As far as the whole entire clutch pedal assembly, I got pictures of the wear of the return spring, of just brackets. The little bushings are very important. So to keep that in mind. I'll make a video on that too. It's very straightforward, very easy. I did a master cylinder and slave cylinder as far as the clutch pedal goes. I did the master cylinder like 40 fucking, well, actually just like 3-4 times. But it feels like 40 times because you can't get, good quality parts. The best part was from Napa. But I did O'Reilly's and AutoZone and all that, and it's all shit. It all cracks and breaks and seals and all that shit. So anyways, all you guys got to do really is like the video, subscribe to my channel. I mean, as you can see, I don't think I have any subscribers. But I'm just starting out doing this shit, and I kind of want to be like a guinea pig type deal. Pretty much because there's no real content of Toyota T100s. And I'm never getting rid of this truck, so this truck will always be around. And if you have any questions, I know this truck pretty, extensively. So if you have any questions, or you want me to make a video on how I did my head or my fog light conversion, my fog light corner light conversion, or like an HID install, or that's easy, stupid shit. But whatever you guys want to see, leave in the comment section below. Let me know, because otherwise I'll just be making videos about why I have 4 hammers and haven't used them in 5-6 years. I'll be making stupid shit. Or why I got a photo album on my workbench. Why is my workbench all dirty? So let me know. Like, subscribe, comment. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Then I'll know. Then I'll make a video, and when the video comes out, you'll know. You can watch it, and then you can give me a thumbs up or thumbs down, and comment how shitty it was or how good it was. Either way, say something. So yeah, I mean, I can make another video on this. This is just kind of like a hello. My name's Taylor. I'm not here for the fame or the money. I'm here just to make videos because no one's got videos on this truck, and it's about damn time someone does, So just like, comment, subscribe, suggestions, anything. I'm ready. I am ready. So moral of the story: lifetime filter bullshit. bullshit, okay? Absolute bullshit. 240,000 miles. The engine needs new shit, okay? The engine needs new shit. Oh. The truck had a rough idle. The shifter on the 5-speed would shake like that. Now idle is night and day. Night and fucking day. I shit you not. It's a whole nother world in that vehicle. I don't feel it idling at a stoplight. It's a whole nother world. I don't hear the fuel injectors anymore. Night and day. I wouldn't say there might be a little more power. It's not like I gained horsepower, I just recovered horsepower. Because the truck, as far as throttle response, is now. Like, it's go. It is go. And it's the power band is strong all the way. Before, with the dirty fuel filter, it was like VTEC, is what it felt like. So I'd have like no low end. So when I shift between gears and go into the next gear, I fall on its face and then catch back up. So I'd have no low end. I'd gain some in the middle, and then my high end felt like VTEC, a little bit. But it wasn't going nowhere. It wasn't acting like VTEC. It's just the sound sounded like VTEC. Why? I don't know. I got theories. You got theories. Put them in the comment section below. We'll figure it out. But with that fuel filter out and the new one in, everything's just, unfortunately, 240,000 miles, you don't need to be beating on it, but I beat the shit out of that truck today. I ain't gonna lie, I beat the shit out of it. Because I haven't felt it run so good in so long. That fuel filter is I thought, maybe, it could be slight, who knows? Nah, hell no. Do the fuel filter. Lifetime fuel filter my ass. Do that shit. And if you can't get it off, and you don't have the right tools, take it to your Jiffy Lube or your Grease Monkey and have them, if anything strips, have them strip it. Because then you'll get all new fuel shit. If you do it yourself the first time, only if it's hard as shit to get off. If you can get it off, do it. But if it's hard as shit to get off, stop. Don't do it. Don't cost yourself a shit ton of money. Spend $80 at the Grease Monkey, and that's pretty much insurance to where if your fuel line nut gets stripped or bent or whatever happens, they'll pay for it. Whereas if you do it yourself, you pay for it. And it's going to cost a hell of a lot more than $80. How much is your time worth? Like, subscribe, comment down below. This is Taylor on this T100 Titan Edition, 1997. That was the fuel filter segment. Look at that shit. Ain't that some shit? I don't even know. Seeing that really puts two and two together and clarifies my suspicion of what this would do. Just seeing that. That's really the only reason why I got it changed. Other than the lack of power and hesitation and shit. I knew that could have been related. But I wanted to make sure. Now I know for sure, and I want to share that with you guys. Like, comment, subscribe down below. I'm out this piece. Deuces.